everybody, welcome into Lettermen Row. I am Austin Ward, joined for the first time by Bryant Browning, former Ohio State 3-year starter on the line, team captain, talking about offensive line play.
Yeah.
You know what it's like. Thanks for joining us, first of all.
Oh, yeah, thanks for having me.
But you know what it's like to go out there for the first time and make that first start. And Nicholas Petit-Frere, I'm trying to get the name right. It's not the pronunciation doesn't roll off the tongue for me, but I'm gonna have to learn it.
Let's go with Nick.
Nick. This guy's he's gonna be the future of the program. Gets out there against Northwestern. Just first thoughts on this kid and the potential he's got for the Buckeyes.
This guy has everything that's needed, everything that it takes to be a great offensive lineman here at Ohio State and to continue on with his career. He got the size, he got the smarts, he has the feet, and he leads all his blocks with his hands. Yeah. And as a young guy, sometimes it's always easy to say, tough to do. But for him, you kind of see his hands flashing first on guys. Whenever you got that going on, like I said, you got something to work with.
He's been somebody that, Ohio State, you look at him, he was, I think, the #1 overall offensive tackle recruit in the country. He's a true sophomore. Sometimes it's hard, even if you have that lofty recruiting ranking, to go in on the offensive line. Right. You need to grow up a little bit. Yeah. And I mean, is he right on that pace for you, or were you expecting him to jump in early? How did you see that?
Well, I expected him to play early, and I expected him to play well, and I think he could check both those boxes.
Okay.
Obviously Friday night, very hostile situation, going up basically on the north side of Chicago, going up there in a hostile situation. We got the all black, the fans is there, they're rowdy. I feel like Northwestern was kind of picking off Purdue and kind of picking off Iowa.
They want that upset.
Yeah, they want that upset, and this was kind of their time to try to do it that year to kind of finally beat Ohio State for Coach Fitz, and they didn't get it done. Yeah. Obviously, we played well. He played well. The offensive line played great. Whenever you have a chance to score 52 points and they only get 3. Obviously, huge win, but it's easy to say, hard to do, but they got the job done.
Yeah, big growing point there for Nick Petit-Frere as he tries to get growing in his career with that first career start. So Bryant Browning, coming in here to break it down. Too many B's and too many Brownings around here. I'm tongue-tied today, but we're going to roll the tape and break it down now. Let's go ahead. Roll the tape. All right, Bryant, you remember what it's like the first time in a Big Ten game you go on the road and make a start. Nicholas Petit-Frere had to be pretty nervous out there, didn't he?
Yeah, first start on the road, Friday night game. First time Ohio State played on Friday night, I believe, in 60 years. They got an all black blackout going on. Kind of all the recipes for this stuff to be rough for Ohio State. But our guy, Nick, I think he was ready for the moment. You could show throughout the game, obviously, him first start, obviously mistakes are going to happen, but he played well. He tried to keep his quarterback clean, keep guys off his backs, and overall had a very strong performance. So what we're looking at here, this is his first snap. So I know myself, first snap, in a game like this, I mean, the butterflies are real. Like, I mean, you just don't know what you got. You don't know how strong is this guy, how fast is this guy. Mm-hmm. And they start off the game here with a nice run play. Look like we got a zone blocking to the left here. The way Northwestern kind of lines up, it looks like they kind of more got almost like an inside technique there, and it looks like the linebacker up here is playing force on the edge. So right off the snap, he get his steps down, get his feet in, a little bit high at the point of collision. But as a tackle, that's okay to be high, but he kind of stays with his guy. They get him moved a little bit, a little punch here from the guard for a slight little double team, and overall I would say a successful first play. You didn't get thrown on your back. You fell forward, and as an offensive lineman, if you're falling forward, we prefer you to stay on the feet, but if you're falling forward, it's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, you're not going backwards.
Right. You're not going backwards. He held the line of scrimmage, so good first play.
You keep it going here with him, and you're getting your footing. You got a little pass protection opportunity. Mm-hmm. Does this go down as a win for you? And Justin Fields obviously helps it with his feet.
Exactly. So whenever you got a quarterback like this, when I played, we had Terrell Pryor. So we had another guy that could, put his foot in the ground and make up for some mistakes. Right here on this set, he set square. He gets some depth. The Northwestern run a TE, so they run a defensive tackle up the field. They're looping around the defensive end here over to the guard. 73 does a great job. He gets a punch, gets him wide. 78, he's square. He's ready for it. He stays engaged. If you see here, if you keep in the play, he pushes the guy, keeps the depth of the pocket, pushes him back here, gives Fields excellent opportunity to step up in the pocket and turn this third down into a first down, which obviously kind of keeps the drive going.
That's what you got to have. So he keeps it going. A couple more third downs, or at least one more, would come here. And Ohio State was not shy about running to his side or putting him in pass protection. I think that's probably an encouraging sign for Ohio State, because they're going to need to. This is a guy who's a building block for the future.
Exactly, right. So speaking with him before the season, I know personally he's a little bit more comfortable before the season. He thought he was going to be on the right side of the line.
Sure.
And just due to injury, as you know, things happen fast, things change quick. So, hey, someone get an injury, he's in that left tackle, and he's ready to go. He's ready to go. You see here, he's playing with his hands right here. Right here, you see he starts off with a punch to the defensive end. The guy's kind of holding off on the line, look like more of a force player, but he's taking the fight to him. He gets the first punch. The guy kind of bounces back inside. He follows him back inside, and that's what you need to do. As an offensive lineman, you always kind of take pride. My man's not making the play. So in this case, obviously, it's not a great run here. We might lose a yard. We might get back to the line of scrimmage, but he takes the pride here, follow his man. His man's not making the play. He goes with him, follow him aside. Back is still up. He's still driving and finish the block. And from there, like I say, it's a win. You sticking with your man is not making the play. This drive right here, look at this right here. We rewind that. This is the attitude right here.
This is the one you like right here.
This is the attitude right here. He gets the punch. Guy's wide. The guy's nowhere near the ball. So, this is just extra. This is him just kind of finishing the block. Like, I got this guy. Got this guy's leaning. Little play from here. And you see how he just finished it. This is a little play. Look at the feet. Wow! That's getting the job done right there and keeping your quarterback clean and kind of setting that attitude for the play.
Yeah, nothing that an offensive lineman likes more than that. Put it down on the ground.
Exactly, right here. Now, right here, it looks like more of a quick step. Look at a 3-step drop. So you want to be a little bit more firmer in your protection. Nick does a great job at, first off, not creating too much not creating too much depth where this guy can get his hands up and knock down the ball. Sets kind of tight. The guy does get the edge at the end on him here, but I'm sure in Nick's mind, like, the ball should be gone. So if he gets the edge, we got the lane to make the throw. Ball is out. Quarterback is clean. That's a win. That's a win.
And you look at this guy. I mean, we're looking at one drive. Later in the game, he would have. Here's the touchdown that caps it. He had a holding call. He missed one block where Justin Fields came around the edge. It's not going to be perfect.
Not going to be
perfect.
I
think this drive is an example of what he can become.
Exactly, right. So I know Northwestern, I believe before the game, they was highlighting that defensive end as being one of their playmakers. And I know the guy ended up getting injured eventually in the game. And he was, for what it appears, that he was a good player. That guy played really good with his hands, as Nick tried to play good with his hands. But as an older player, the older you get, the more crafty you get. And I think Nick did a great job at coming out there early, setting the tone, letting these guys know it's going to be a long night. I'm not the weak corner here today. I'm going to stick in here. I'm going to play with my hands. I'm going to play with my technique, and then get the job done here. Another pass pro here. Quarterback is clean. He stays engaged with this man. There's no way this guy's making a play. And we throw a touchdown. We go up 7-0 on the road. Like I say, once again, Friday night game. The crowd is buzzing. And the great way to keep them quiet is score points first, what we did here, and was obviously able to control the night and come up with a big win.
Can't ask for much more than that. Your first start, your first drive, first touchdown out there. And he's just growing. He's not a finished product yet. He might not even be starting on Saturday in that big one against Wisconsin. Right. But you can see with Nick Petit-Frere that he's got some stuff coming. Bryant Browning can see it. He's got 3 years of starting experience. He knows what it takes. Good to have him in with us for Lettermen Row, BuckIQ. Bryant, I'm Austin Ward. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe below to get the latest videos from Lettermen Row.
We got Lettermen Live. We've got the practice report. We got rapid reaction. Hey, and we got BuckIQ with Zach Bourne.
For sure. We got recruiting breakdowns with Berm. We got whatever you need. Ohio State football and Ohio State athletics. We've got you covered here at Lettermen Row.